Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Tonight I'm going to check in with you guys and let you know how my sales went, show you things that I learned along the way, things I won't be doing next year, and things I will be doing more of next year for Valentine's. So I'm going to start off by just explaining what I'm doing. I'm making an arrangement. I'm watching Rachel's live while I'm doing it, but I'm making my final arrangement for the season, and this is going to go to a person that wanted this type of arrangement that I did not have. And I'm using one of my penny vases. I have a lot of these I got from a remodel when Purple Clover used to go at remodels. And it is also one way where you can ask an extra price because it's a $10 vase. It's a real heavy, sturdy vase, and so that helps boost the price of the arrangement up. But just watch me as I go through it. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my sales. First, I want to give thanks to God who sent those customers my way. There was another lady that was set up where I usually sell. This is her first Valentine's there. God bless her sales too. She did very well. I think. She did have a lot of kids gifts, more than I had. And so that was good. When clients came to me and I didn't have exactly what they was looking for, I was happy to show them her way. But I did have a lot more gifts than she happened to have at this certain time. But, and people will pop up at your spot. And if it's a free and open spot, there's nothing we can really do about that. I also want to talk a little bit about my sales. I did have, I went out only on Thursday and Friday. I might go out 3 days next time instead of just the 2. At the end of Friday, I had about 40 baskets left, and I got a majority of those baskets sold on Saturday. Another thing that I didn't do well is I am so cheap that I almost never get a U-Haul, and I have, just family members helping me out. And I want to thank also my family members from anybody who ever helped me. It's truly a family affair. I can't stress that enough. From shopping for the items, we used to get up 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock Sunday morning and go to these remodels. And I could not have done it without every single person who has ever helped me. There's too many to name. But it's all been family members and a few very close friends who have literally helped me with that. My sales were very good. I did meet my goal. I exceeded it a little bit. And just thank you, God. This for me is always a side hustle. I still have a career that I am passionate about most days. A lot of you guys know that I work on a college campus. And most days I'm very passionate about that. And so this is not something that I would probably do just, full time and devote to it. So it has to make monetary sense. You guys know that I spent a little bit under $1,000, $800 and something for my gift baskets, and then an additional amount for my florals. One of the biggest takeaways for me, I am known for my florals. I will always have fresh florals. Clients come looking for fresh florals from me. It is something that I a little bit dropped the ball on this year. I did show you all those arrangements I made. Plus, I made plenty more arrangements. So I showed you flower bags, but I made arrangements in some vases outside of what you guys actually saw. But by 3:45 on Valentine's Day, I had 0 flowers left. So $45 bouquets went. Something like if I was on the street, something like this probably would be in the $65 to $70 range. All of those arrangements went. I really dropped the ball because at 3:45 on Valentine's, I should still have flowers left because I had plenty of clients who were coming looking for fresh florals. One thing I have to do is stop making baskets and start making floral arrangements. There is no way that these florals will, if you take care of them properly. And one of the things is not having leaves in the water line. So that means if you have a bucket holding flowers, you don't need any leaves in that. If you're doing an arrangement that has a vase in it with flowers, you do not need any leaves, and your flowers will last. So I could have started making flowers arrangements probably the Wednesday before Valentine's Day. Before the week of Valentine's Day. That's probably when I should have started. You guys know that I bought 150 flower bags. I went through almost all of those flower bags. I still have some large flower bags left. When you're selling a fresh rose for $15 and you're selling out, even if you just buy 2 or 3 dozens from just your Kroger's or your Walmart and you get in there early before, you can really make some serious cash. I also have been telling people in lives today that Mother's Day is the biggest floral selling season of the year. I know a lot of you guys like the forever roses, and if you don't feel comfortable doing flowers, please do some type of floral arrangements for Mother's Day. I think that's one thing that I will be doing, is cutting short my baskets in order to make flower arrangements. I did with my flower arrangements, I think I was at somewhere around 500 gifts. I don't know if I mentioned this before in the video. I also dropped the ball on being too cheap to get a U-Haul. One of the things that I hate to have is knowing in my mind that I have a gift that is perfect for a customer and it's not on my table, or I'm waiting for it to be transferred to the table. I probably will be getting a U-Haul, which is something that I said I would probably never do, but I just keep making more and more baskets, so it just makes more sense to get that U-Haul. I'm seeing now. I think I would have, had all the merchandise on the table at the same time. There was a couple of gifts that I left, some big ones. Luckily for me, they did sell on Saturday. I don't know if you guys saw that community post where I had that big bear, the big green bear with the purse. When I brought that out, that sold immediately. That was my first gift to sell on Saturday. I had a guy who was coming back from being gone all week truck driving, and he wanted to surprise his wife. So he was able to get that one. I will say that I think I probably will be getting a U-Haul if I'm not stubborn. What are some other mistakes that I made along the way? So I admitted that I kind of needed to stop making baskets early on, so I was fresh to do the floral arrangements. I should have had all my items out of there. I dropped the ball on kit items. I didn't get a chance to do my window bags, which people were looking for. I didn't do any kid window bags, which I usually do. Almost all my cereal ones sold. I did a pack of cereal that it came with like 8 in the pack. I ended up doing 3 packs of those, so 3 times 8. I think I've only did 8 with you on camera, but I only have 2 or 3 of those cereal ones left. That was a big hit. My little boxes, I don't know if you guys recall those boxes with the stripes, with the teddy bears, and I think I had one with blankets and bubble bath. Those did excellent. I should have done more of those. Teenager gifts, and then my men gifts. I should have done plenty more men's gifts. For some reason, the ladies were showing out, and they wanted to get men's gifts. I should have done more of those. I don't know what else. Tables. I did need more tables. I should have purchased more tables. I had, 3 or 4 tables out there. I could have used 6 tables, and purchased another tent as well. Just to kind of recap some of the concepts that didn't do as well. I don't know if you remember me making a video with the the dish drainer, or the concept the video was titled like making an unusual concept or something like that. That one didn't sell. It also got out kind of late. So I don't think, And I think that might be good for Mother's Day. I'm not sure. A lot of people didn't want to give their Valentine a disc drainer. So that one didn't do good. The monkey concepts that I did, that had just hanging around, I'm not sure if people knew that monkey was from the Dollar Tree. Those two, I had 2 monkeys like that. Those 2 monkeys didn't sell. I had the big bears in the bag. Those sold very well. Especially for those who, I had a client who didn't want any scents, and all my big bears had already sold, that I had just plain bears in a bag with a big bow on them. But I did have one, I don't know if you remember, it was that little crazy video where I made like a little Bath and Body Works gift set, and I put it in with flowers all around the gift set, and then the bear was holding that one. One of my clients was like, she has allergies, can you take this out? I almost never make, open up a bag while I'm out selling. But I did open it up for that customer, because he was like, I'll pay the full price. It was $95 if he would get flowers and candy for free. He didn't mind paying the $95. And he said, can you just take that out? So I was happy to take out the Bath and Body Works and sell him a bear, a box of chocolate, and flowers for the $95. So I was happy to do that. So I did do that one. I made 2 of those lemonade. I don't know if you remember those. None of the lemonade sold on that Thursday or Friday. But then I had an older gentleman who came on Saturday and said that his wife, he was in the doghouse, and his wife was mad that he didn't get her anything. And so he just fell in love with the lemonade concepts that was in those orange boxes. I don't know if you guys remember that video. So I did end up selling one of those on Saturday, but no one purchased those on Thursday or Friday. So I was glad of that. The little Dollar Tree buckets that I had, where I put the native dupe in there, those 2 did not sell. It's in that video that I talked about, the Dollar General remodel. Nobody wanted those, and they were just $25. Sometimes I'm questionable, like, does everybody want these penny items? But almost all the ones, my hair care box that had all those penny hair care products, of course, those went. The ones that had the hair tools in there, those went. The curling iron. Let's see. Let me talk about things that didn't sell well. When Tasha, Pretty Girl Tasha, she had that challenge for us to do. I did, I think, 10 or 8 of those ones where I put the cookies in them. Everyone sold of those except for 2. So I had 2 of those ones with the little cookies left, and those were $45 concepts. All of those sold. The Bath and Body Works ones that I did, Among the Clouds with the cup, for $35 with the 1 piece, those were very hot sellers. And I think I did like 10 of those. And I didn't bring any of those back. Or maybe I brought 1 of those back. Let me go in here and look at my table. Yeah, 1 of those I got back. And then this one here, like y'all can see it. The one that I did that had the green wax milk in there, I brought 1 of those back. Remember, I don't know if you guys remember when I did that video that said you can always make 1 more with the showstopper bow. People love those. Those are gone. I got the big bear. I don't know if you guys remember, I had that big green bear, the one that I actually paid $12.50 for. I got half off. That one, the bow broke and it never got out to sell. So that one is still here, with the pajamas and Victoria's Secret and the green bear. That one's still here. I did mention this dish drainer one, which is still here. And this one never came out. I had one that had the pillows in there that remember I found in the storage. That bow is even undone, so I know that one never went out. Yeah, so I just had probably, I would say, just 15 gifts left. There's some underneath this table that I don't feel like bending down counting. But yeah, overall I did very well. I would say things that I would take away from this holiday season would be: 1, get that U-Haul. 2, stop to make more flower arrangements, because I could have sold way more flowers. Like I said, in my town, well, not my town, but the Walmart that I sell very near and close to was all out of red roses. So everybody had already purchased those. Back to the video at hand, I'm noticing here, if you look very closely, you can see that this has split. This sunflower, that means that it is too dehydrated for it to split like that. And you need to cut above that split in order to save that. And it will last, but you need to cut above that split and then add it to the floral arrangement. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about this floral arrangement here. When you don't have a lot of flowers, you don't want to try to fill the vase, okay? You can, but you'd have to use another trick. If you go watch another one where I use the same big vase, I had to actually fluff it up with bows because I didn't have floral foam. What I'm using here is floral foam, and so you can actually use, you don't have to try to get your stems to reach down to the water level. You can use shorter stems and less flowers by adding floral foam to your vases. And so I really like a lot of vases that have, if I have a big vases, I use a lot of floral foam in those. Also, I don't know if I'm going to show it here, but I should have. When I'm turning this arrangement, yes, you can kind of see it a little bit back there by those wipes on the shelves. You see all those, that little kind of peachy color underneath those candles, and next to the other candles by that red and white container, there's these peach tins or flower pots. I used those on Valentine's to make arrangements, and I made 10 arrangements in those, and all of those actually sold as well. So I hope watching this video, hearing me talk in the beginning about flowers, motivates you guys. It's very easy to do, and you can stick high dollar prices on these arrangements that cost very little to make, and it is a money maker. It is, you know, people will buy these 2 and 3 at a time from you. My mom was amazed that someone bought all those $45 arrangements. Like, one person, you know, bought that many is because they know that many people that they care about and want to give an arrangement to. So this is just about the final look. I kind of rotate it, and I see right here where it's kind of a blank spot, and I'm not going to add any more flowers. I actually don't have any more flowers to add, but I see where this flower that I've just taken out is very close to the other 2. And so I can make a little bit of an adjustment there to kind of make it so where it's more rounded. And so you kind of see me doing that there, which could include me peeking in to see where there's a space and kind of moving items around to find that a space for that to go. Another real big thing I would suggest, and you don't see me do here on camera, is and how to keep your flowers lasting. I think I saw a video here of Michael Gaffney. That's a good name to remember if you're thinking about getting flowers. Michael Gaffney, he had said one time, and he teaches a flower course, I think even online, but in New York or San Francisco or somewhere, where he talks about how the flowers drink from their petals. And that has really stuck out to me. And that's something I do, is I will douse this whole arrangement, hence on why I use the floral satin, in water. I will use a spray bottle, and I will spray all my petals down with water. And, you know, if you want to get fancy, you can put water and flower food. Sometimes I just put regular water. Most of the time I do put flower food in there, because flowers will drink from their petals. And that will help them stay for a long time as well too. If you have something like a hydrangea or like grocery store flowers, a lot of times I will submerge them in water. I think one of the first videos that I did with flower arranging on YouTube, you can see where I let those grocery store flowers sit in water and hydrate for a couple of minutes, 30 minutes to an hour. I do that with all my flowers. Even those roses that you saw, that's why I always have a towel down. That's why every one of my ribbons has to be waterproof, because you never know when there's going to be a puddle of water on my table. Because water is something that is, your flowers need. They need that water. And these flowers will last up to a week whenever the client gets them, sometimes close to 2 weeks. And it's because I will douse my whole arrangement with flower food and water. I just put in a spray bottle, and I spray the whole arrangement. That is something that you should always be doing. And then another thing is keeping that water line. So I'm just giving you guys a thumbs up, saying thank you for all the support that you give me. I just love it here. All right.